Well, we're at HSPA 2024, and we're sitting down with Rebecca Peplau. How are you?
Great. How are you doing today?
Very good.
Good.
Thanks for taking some time to talk with us.
Excited to talk.
Tell us a little bit about your day-to-day.
Day to day, I am the manager of MaineGeneral Medical Center's Sterile Processing Department in Augusta and Waterville, Maine. And it has been, I am a new manager there, so it's been kind of exciting. Yeah, thank you. And I work with the team extensively. Outside of that, I am the president of the Northern New England chapter from Maine and New Hampshire of HSPA. And I also am familiar with this group because I sit on some of the committees with Amanda.
You sure do. Yeah, you're part of the standards team. So thank you for that.
Great.
So being part of the chapter, leading the chapter as a president, that's so important because I know a lot of people are connected through their chapters, and they get a lot of their education and training and development through the chapters.
Yeah, it is hard because we're coming from a point where the chapter was kind of, there's a lot of potential for growth and a lot of potential to tap into where we were more focused on Maine and not enough on New Hampshire, and things like building a web page and having more virtual events. So we're working with some partners to help get that kind of stuff up the ground and get the chapter reactivated. So it's a big endeavor, but it's exciting to help get that education out to the community.
Absolutely. And there's a lot of need for that too, to help people understand the why behind why the processes are what they are.
And it's in our world today within sterile processing, there's many facilities that there's just a culture of we don't have time to train or we don't have time for this. So education and training can be a little bit lackluster. I'm not saying it's not like that everywhere, but so providing that extra resource for those folks that don't get the answers they need to do their job, it's really cool to be a part of that. So
absolutely. So creating the resources and making sure that they're accessible.
Yes.
Really important. So.
Very much.
So if you had one item on your wish list or kind of a call to action, what would it be?
One item on my list, which, and the most important one to me, is that as technicians or leadership in this field, it's so important for us to know the AAMI standards. And a big issue that I see is that so many technicians and employees within sterile processing do not have that access, whether it be the department can't afford it, there's red tape, they can't access it, or the documents are locked up in somebody's office, so they can't use that resource to identify what they're doing wrong. So I will encourage anybody that is in leadership and has those documents to share them with your team. Do in-services on the standards. When the amendments came out, we took each one and went through it with the team. Insulation testing, everybody got to see those documents as we rolled out our new insulation tester. So understanding the why behind what we do is so critical. And those are that's our, our guidelines. So, yeah.
So making it accessible, because as we say, a standard isn't doing anybody any good if it's sitting on a shelf and not being used.
And it's just kind of prevalent because even this morning, I was just on the Facebook groups and scrolling through it, and there was a question asked about when can you put items that have come out of the sterilizer away, at what temperature? And there was not a consistent answer, which made me feel okay, nobody knows what AAMI actually says. So that's kind of a problem. If you don't know what the AAMI standards is, and there's so much fluctuation that can jeopardize patient safety. So it's important that you find that resource, and if you got to learn it and teach it to your teams.
Wonderful. Yeah. Well, that's great. So thank you for everything that you do. You help keep patients safe every day, and we're all patients at some point. So
this is true.
Yeah.
So
all right. Well, good talking with you. Thank you.
Thank you.